You know, there's been a lot of great infielders who have taken the field for the Cincinnati Reds, but this guy stands out. Probably one of the most underrated Cuban players of the 1960s and 70s, Leo Cardenas, or Cardenas, depending how you pronounce it, excelled at the position so much that he was considered an icon in Cincinnati, where he was the starting shortstop for 7 seasons. Now, he played in MLB from 1960 to 75, and of course, Concepcion took his place with the Reds. Now, a 5-time All-Star, Cardenas was one of the top defensive shortstops of his era. Nicknamed Mr. Automatic because his defensive play was so reliable, he won a Gold Glove Award for his defensive prowess in 1965. He was good with the bat as well, and we'll get into that later as well, off the field. He had 20 home runs in 66, which set a Reds team record for most home runs by a shortstop that stood until the late 1990s. He also played with the Twins, Angels, Indians, and Rangers, and was inducted in the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame in 1981. Now, born in Matanzas, Cuba, from a group of 15 children of Rafael and Roberto Cardenas. He came to U.S. in 56 at age 16, although he claimed to be 17, the minimum age to be signed by an MLB team. He did receive a $500 signing bonus. He was among the last of the Cuban players to make it out of Cuba before the borders were sealed. He eventually batted .316 for the Arizona-Mexico League's Tucson Cowboys in 56 and signed officially with the Reds the following season. While playing for the Havana Sugar Kings in the IL in 59, Cardenas was inadvertently shot by raucous Fidel Castro supporters firing off rifles in a grandstand in celebration of the 26th of July movement. The Havana team was moved to Jersey City the following July and renamed the Jersey City Jerseys. Now, when he was called up to the Reds in 1960, he was there to fill in for an injured Roy McMillan. Cardenas made his major league debut on July 25th, 60, starting and batting 8th and playing shortstop in a big 6-5 win for the Reds over Chicago at Wrigley. After grounding in a double play and later lining out, he notched his first career hit with a 7-inning run-scoring single off Cubs pitcher Bob Anderson. For the campaign, he batted .232, 1 home run and 12 RBIs. After the season, McMillan was dealt to the Brewers for pitchers Joey J. and Juan Pizarro. Now, Reds manager Fred Hutchinson's original plan heading the 61 season was to platoon him with utility infielder Eddie Casco at short, with Cardenas being the better fielder and Casco being the better hitter. Cardenas, however, surprised his boss with a .308 batting average. He also clubbed 5 home runs and Casco was 2 and 271 fewer at-bats. Now, awarded the full-time starting shortstop job in 62, he responded with a .294 average, 10 home runs, and 60 RBIs. He remained a Red starting shortstop for 7 seasons, earning All-Star nods in 64, 65, and 68, and being elected to start in 66. Cardenas had 8 RBIs and belted 4 home runs in a doubleheader against the Cubs on June 5th, 66, on his way to setting a club record for home runs by a shortstop with 20. Of course, Barry Larkin broke it in the late 90s. Following the 68 season, Cardenas was traded to the Twins for pitcher Jim Merritt. Now, the Twins had something of a revolving door at short in 68 would get this. Jackie Hernandez, Cesar, Rick Rennick, Ron Clark, and Cesar Tovar all manning the position at one point or another. Bringing Cardenas for 69 solidified the Twins at their weakest position and helped turn around the team's fortune. They went from 79 to 83 and 7th in the AL to 97 and 65 and winning the AL West in the first year of divisional play. For his part, Cardenas batted .280 with 10 home runs and 70 RBIs at the bottom of the Twins' batting order. He tied an AL record for assists by a shortstop with 570. Now, he was batting .285 with 11 home runs and 46 RBIs at a 71 All-Star break to be named to his only AL All-Star team. However, he did not appear in the game. He ended the season 1875 with a stellar 98.5 fielding percentage to receive the Calvin R. Griffith Award given each season to Twins MVP. Cardenas' 71 fielding percentage was the highest recorded in the AL since records began in 1901 for the position. At the 71 winter meetings, however, the California Angels took him on for relief pitcher Dave LaRoche. The acquisition marked former All-Star shortstop Jim Fregosi as trade bait. He would go to the New York Mets for Nolan Ryan a week later. So if they wouldn't have picked it up, maybe Nolan Ryan would have never shown up in California. Now, at 33, he was clear on decline by the time he joined the Angels. He batted only 143 in June and ended the season with a 223 average, 6 home runs, and 42 RBI. Sounds like a Blue Jay, by the way. During spring training of 73, he was traded to Cleveland Indians for Tommy McGraw and minor league Mark Marcano to make room for Bobby Valentine at short, whom he had recently acquired from the Dodgers. Now, with the Indians, he found himself more of a backup role for the first time in his career. He made his first big league appearance at third on August 16th, and of course, committed an error. Now, following his only season in Cleveland, he was dealt to the Rangers in a controversial deal for catcher Ken Suarez, who had just filed for arbitration a week before the trade. He filed a formal grievance against the Rangers, claiming he was traded in retaliation. Suarez never appeared in a game with the Indians, opting to retire. Now, in 34 games with the Rangers that season, 21 of them were at third base. He spent one more season with the Rangers at third before retiring. So, 16 seasons, 1,725 hits, 257 average, 118 home runs, 689 RBIs, and of course a stellar 970 fielding percentage. Now, he led NL shortstops in fielding percentage in 63 and 66, and the AL in 71. He won his only Golden Glove Award in 65. The five-time All-Star also appeared in back-to-back AL title series championships with the Twins in 69 and 70, and the World Series against the Yankees in 61. During his career, he powered 6 home runs off of Hall of Fame pitcher Juan Marshall, which he pretty well owned. Now, he led the NL in intentional walks in 65 and 66, 25 and 18 respectively. Again, voted to the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame in 81. Now, despite coming to the United States in 56 and twice being married to an American, he never got around to applying for American citizenship. At press time, there has been a note that he has 8 children. However, this is where it became front-page news yet again with his bat. He was sentenced to 3 months in jail for assault after breaking out the windows of a car that his wife and a male co-worker were sitting in and breaking the man's arm with a bat. Sounds like Evel Knievel had him in the lineup. Now, Cardenas lives in Cincinnati and makes regular appearances at the Reds Hall of Fame, Great American Ballpark, and every December at Reds Fest. And again, a very, very dedicated and important athlete of the Cincinnati Reds of the 1960s. Now, shortstops hitting 20 home runs is very common now. More shortstops in the league can field and hit, but he was kind of unique because he would hit for average, hit for power. And a lot of people said that when he moved into the third, he pretty well ruined his career. He was an ideal shortstop because he would quarterback. I've seen him play. He would quarterback the second baseman and the third baseman for double plays and key situations on the field. But ladies and gentlemen, it takes a lot to make people forget about him. And most people think a shortstop is Dave Concepcion, but of course, Cardenas is again the shortstop of the 60s for the Cincinnati Reds. So again, this is a request of some of our new followers to the channel, and we always appreciate anybody who drops in and gives us a comment, a like, a subscribe, or share. Don't forget, we're our request channel. If you're somebody you'd like to see get profiled in our hockey, baseball, football card style podcast, there's no video with this because we don't have any rights to the video. So we like to throw in some baseball cards or some memorabilia that maybe you as a collector picked up, especially our baseball fans of the 60s and 70s, some great sets. And the Cincinnati Reds cards from the 60s were just stellar. Beautiful, beautiful cards. The red and the white, tremendous. So have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen. Stay cool. It hit almost 85 degrees Fahrenheit in New Brunswick today, so enjoy the new summer of 2024. Have a good one.